How to make a man fall in love with you. Hello, ladies. My name is Alex Comment. I'm your French relationship expert. And today I have the pleasure to receive Helena Hart for the second time on this YouTube channel. Hello, Helena. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. I'm so excited to come back on and talk more with your amazing community here on YouTube.
To be honest, my community just loved you. I received tons of messages and I told myself, okay, I need to interview you. I need to ask you a couple of questions about how to make a man fall in love with you. For the ladies that didn't see the first interview, you can see it in the description just right below. Elena, can you just introduce yourself for the people that didn't see the first interview, didn't watch it?
Sure. Yeah, I'm a feminine energy dating and relationship coach. I also have a channel here on YouTube as well. And I help women effortlessly attract the right man, whether it's the man they're with now and they're looking to bring him closer and reconnect their relationship, or if they're single and they're looking to meet an amazing new man. So I can really help you no matter where you're at in your love life.
So the question today is how to make a man fall in love with you. Does the women have to change their personality? Do they have to pursue a man? How can they make him fall in love for them?
I love the way you asked that question. Actually, this is something you talk about as well, right? It's not about
Yes.
changing yourself or pretending to be someone you're not. And it's certainly not about pursuing a man and chasing him. It's actually the opposite. I help women get in touch with their feminine energy. And that's really the key to everything. Your feminine energy is the part of you that is really, expressing who you are, your feelings and emotions. And it's about leaning back and letting a man pursue you while expressing yourself and communicating your needs and desires at the same time. So there's a lot that goes into it, but that's really what a man needs to see in order to truly fall in love and want to commit to you forever. It's not about what you do, it's about who you are. The right man's going to see who you really are and know he's interested, want to pursue you. And eventually that's what makes him fall in love. Something I always say is the great thing about being a woman is that, inspiring a man's love and devotion and commitment doesn't really involve too much effort at all. Effort in the traditional sense of doing things and saying the right thing all the time and being perfect. It's not about any of that stuff. It's about being who you are, not doing something or applying some kind of technique or strategy. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense, and I love your philosophy. I also saw on the YouTube channel that you just made a video with your boyfriend
Mhm.
talking about this, how to make a man fall in love with you. Most of the women that are following my YouTube channel, they have a little lack of self-confidence. They
Mhm.
don't know if they can be truly themselves in front of a man. How can they do to reconnect to their feminine energy and make a man fall in love for them? What would be your advice?
Such a good point. Yeah. And it's not about being super confident and acting really cool and collected all the time. If that's not how you're feeling deep down, I love that you're referencing that video. Yeah. He had the same, he hasn't seen a lot of my videos because I don't want to like impose my philosophy. I really like getting his opinion as a man, and every male, dating coach I've ever spoken to has said the same exact thing. It's those moments where you're feeling maybe a little vulnerable, or you're expressing something that maybe you don't feel super confident about. That's what creates intimacy, right? So, of course, if he's the right man for you and his energy is coming towards you, you don't want to do this with some guy who's just disappeared or hot and cold. We don't want you to be with a man like that. But if his energy is coming towards you and he's pursuing you, he wants to see who you are. Right? He wants to see your heart and feel who you are. That's what's going to make him fall in love. So, if you aren't feeling super confident, that's okay. You can actually express that. That's a way to build intimacy. You can say, wow, I'm feeling really nervous right now, right? I'm feeling a little
Yes.
uneasy. I'm feeling nervous. You're so handsome. I'm feeling a little shaky. Those things are fantastic, rather than pasting a fake smile on your face, pretending to be confident when you're really not. I think it takes a tremendous amount of confidence to show who you are, especially those things that you might want to hide from others or even hide from yourself, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, and it will allow every woman to just be yourself
Mhm.
and be open to a man so you can make him fall in love for who you are and not just the surface or like you playing a game. Quick question I wanted to ask you is how can we know if a man is in love, and also how can we make it last? Because most of the women that I coach, the guy will be in love for 3 or 4 weeks and then he will disappear. So how can we avoid this situation?
So true. It's so important to not get overly invested until some time has gone by and the man has shown you, not just with his words, but with his actions, his masculine action towards you, that he's interested, he's not going anywhere. I hear from so many women, I don't know about you, Alex, where they say he was coming on so strong for the first few weeks or the first month, and then he just dropped off. And what happens in those situations is not that the guy was like trying to play you. Of course, there are some players out there, but a lot of times men, they get flooded with these strong emotions like dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine,
Exactly.
that are like associated with the newness of the situation. So once some time has gone by and kind of the reality hits him that, yes, he's really attracted to you, he might really like you, but maybe he's not at a place where he can commit to a relationship right now, or whatever the case is, the reality hits him and it drops off. That's why it's important to lean back and not get overly invested in a man. I'm so glad you brought that up, because it's important to show who you are. And, I always say it's those things that you might perceive to be your flaws or weaknesses or insecurities. That's what's going to make a man fall in love when he truly sees who you are. But it needs to be coupled with having strong boundaries, right? Leaning back, letting the man pursue you, letting him lead, and letting him show you and prove to you with his actions that he's serious over the course of some time. And not looking way too ahead and getting overly invested before he kind of shows you that he has what it takes. I hope that answered your question, did it?
That's answered my question. And to be honest, I know exactly that now the women will understand the balance between I can be myself, but I don't have to be like what he wants from me,
Mm-hmm.
or because the man will set the tempo, the rhythm, and the pace of the relationship in the beginning. You don't have to follow him. You just have to follow your feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the women, they try to go to the masculine energy. They felt that, oh, if I don't do this, I will lose him. If I don't do this, he will leave me. He will not be interested in me again. How can we use the feminine energy and still make a man fall in love?
Oh, that's
Is
a
it
great
possible?
question. That's a great question. I want to kind of introduce a new concept here. I love doing these videos with you. I feel like new stuff comes out. I think it's the job of your own masculine energy as a woman to not overinvest and not get yourself in this place to where if a man makes a decision like backing off or leaving, you're going to be devastated, right? So you want your own masculine energy in gear for yourself, which means setting boundaries, sticking to those boundaries, right? Slowing things down if that's what feels comfortable, and not getting too far ahead of a man on what I call the relationship roadmap, right? I think as
Exactly.
women, we get very worked up sometimes about looking in the distance for a relationship, where men are kind of just all about the moment. They just want to feel good right now in the moment. And to them, is a happy relationship is just kind of a string of happy moments where we can be on the first or second date with a guy kind of planning our whole relationship in our minds before he's proven to us that he has what it takes, and that's something he wants as well. So I think it's actually the job of your own masculine energy to create those boundaries so you feel safe within yourself to let your feminine energy come out. If you have a history of, letting men walk all over your boundaries or getting too invested too quickly, then getting your heart broken, your feminine energy is not going to trust you. Of course, you're going to want to build walls around yourself. And when you do that, a man can't really get close to you. You'll either attract men who are just in it for the conquest. Like if you're this ice queen with walls around yourself, you attract men who are kind of into the game and want to conquer you, so to speak. And as soon as they do, unfortunately, they might just back off. So you want to weed those men out right away by being open. It's being soft on the outside and strong on the inside, not the other way around.
I love it. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. This is something very important, basically. And I feel that every woman can make a man fall in love by being yourself, by also giving attention to him, asking the right questions, to give a little bit of interest. But today, you can make a man fall in love with you. What can you tell to the ladies that maybe was in love with this guy left them, and they want to reconnect with him? What could be your advice if we want to make a man fall in love for us, for them, if it didn't work the first time?
Often I say, if a man disappears, he's gone because he's supposed to be gone. If the right guy is not going to jeopardize his ability to be with you. He's not going to risk losing you. That being said, I know a lot of women come and watch our videos here on YouTube and they go, oh my gosh, I made all the mistakes. I leaned forward, I chased him, I made him wrong constantly, I was nagging him, and they want to turn things around. So they're like, how do I show him that I'm different now, right? And usually it's just about not doing all of those things that were pushing him away, meaning you're just leaning back. Physically, you're leaning back. You're not calling him, blowing up his phone with text messages, right? You're creating that space for him to come back towards you. Also, mentally and emotionally leaning back, meaning you're not spending all your time obsessing and thinking about this man who is not right in front of you right now. So if he's not right in front of you or he's not contacting you, you want to take your focus off of him, put it on yourself, build up that, really fun life for yourself outside of him and the relationship. This is something you talk about that I love. So when he comes back, you have all these great things to talk about. It's not like, where have you been? What have you been up to? What took you so long to get back to me? Right?
Exactly. And so, when I listen to you, I feel that we have all to work on our feminine and masculine energy. We have to learn how to do it. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about your bestseller, the Feminine Enchantment product, because you have a special offer that I want you to offer to my community. And also because I want to show them that it's possible to learn about feminine energy, self-confidence, and being strong inside. Can you talk a little bit about the product, the Feminine Enchantment, please?
Yeah, absolutely. And I can, feel for maybe this is your first time hearing some of these concepts, it might be confusing, like, wait, you're supposed to be soft, but strong and masculine, feminine. And really, once you get this down, it just becomes like second nature. It's the easiest, most natural thing in the world. And you'll just wonder what the heck you were ever doing before. I know that's been my experience, and basically every single woman I've ever worked with or who's joined the program. So yeah, my Feminine Enchantment system is actually really exciting because we're offering it right now for $1. And the best part about that program is you get your personal questions answered by one of my coaches, one of my top coaches, amazing, well-seasoned coach who is brilliant at doing that personalized Q&A. And it's in a private online forum. So it's not out here on YouTube for the world to see, right? And you can get that personalized help as well as the Feminine Enchantment Systems, a video program, also PDF you can read, you can listen or watch. And I really show you how to do that, how to feel so strong and so secure on the inside. You trust yourself, you trust your boundaries. That's what allows you to be soft and open and vulnerable on the outside so that the right man can see you and know who you are and fall in love, which is what we've been talking about here today.
And I received so many emails as testimonial for this program because we talked about it in the first video, and I received so many good testimonials. So I want to congratulate you for everything that you're doing to this world, because you have helped so many women. You helped me to understand also feminine, masculine energy. So I use your work a lot. Ladies, if you want to move forward, click in the description. I will include all the links. So to your YouTube channel, but also to the Feminine Enchantment, because there is this special offer. And it was not easy to get Helena for this new Zoom. She's quite busy, but she gave me her time. So please share a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then I want you to follow Helena because she's doing an amazing job. I want to give you, like last time, the final word. What will be the final word for all the ladies that want to make a man fall in love for them? Maybe they don't trust themselves. What could be the last word you want to share?
Oh, I love that. Just that the right guy is going to see, once you allow him to see who you really are, which is really what you need to reveal in order for him to fall in love, he is going to make it happen. You don't have to do a bunch of things and apply a bunch of techniques and strategies. Once you stop doing all of the things that are kind of building up these walls around you, the right guy is just going to see you and know he's interested, and that's it. It doesn't involve a lot of doing and efforting. It's just the opposite. It's about being who you are, uncovering who you really are. And that sounds so easy, like, well, just be yourself and love yourself. But what does that mean? And how do you do it? If it were that easy, we'd all be doing that, right? So it's about uncovering some of these parts of yourself that you might be stuffing down because maybe you got rewarded for not showing your emotions growing up. So we're like working to turn all of this around because that's really the key to a man's heart.
It's very, very important. And don't be scared to learn it. I love to say that what we do is to teach you what's cool, or even your parents or the society didn't teach you. How to love yourself, how to be happy in a relationship, how to get a man that will respect you. And this is why you need to click on the description and start looking at the feminine enchantment, because it will just blow your mind. Ladies, I can guarantee you this. Helena, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to have you one more time on my YouTube channel. I hope I can have you one more time next time soon. I hope so. Maybe we will meet also if this virus just will be gone. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
I would love that. Thank you so much. And I would love to hear how this goes for all the ladies watching.
Of course, leave a comment just right below and we will see you soon for a new interview. Bye-bye, ladies.